BC Sports exclusive.
20 seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras.
Stand by in videotape. Stand by slow-mo.
Stand by to open your mics on the field.
Stand by in graphics. Ready with your opening supers. Stand by the announcers in the booth, please.
And roll tape. 3, 2, 1. Take tape.
The sensational rookie from SMU. He wears number 22, and Harold Hart, number 23. Hart Whittington, who has been a standout performer for the Oakland Raiders, and this is Harold Hart. They released him earlier, picked up by San Francisco, and they brought him back again. But Hart Whittington, we'll see a lot of him tonight because the Raiders, some of the injuries that they've had, cost him two fine running backs, Clarence Davis and Terry Robisky. So Hart Whittington, who awaits Lonnie Perrin's kickoff, will be an active rookie tonight. You can feel it in the air, and we're underway. Harold Hart. And Hart sprawls out to the 25-yard line, whereas Oakland will have their first possession. Kenny Stabler is the quarterback, wearing number 12. You know a lot about him. We told you about Hart Whittington, Mark Van Egan heading for a 1,000-yard year. The wide receivers, Bradshaw, 81, Cliff Branch, 21. And the tight end, Dave Casper, is having just a sensational year with 50 receptions coming into tonight. There is the offensive line, a line that's had to be adjusted over the year, as has the defense of the Oakland Raiders. We'll talk about that as the game progresses. Kenny Stabler leads them up to the line of scrimmage, passing a little over 56%, 14 touchdowns, 23 interceptions. The handoff, Mark Van Egan, right side. And Van Egan picks up 3.5 yards, moving out to the 28. Let's meet the defense. Lyle Alzado, Barney Chavis, number 79, Alzado 77. They are the two wide men in the front 3-4. Reuben Carter is the middle, the linebackers. Bob Swinson, 51. Joe Rizzo, 59. Randy Gradishar, he's a super linebacker, number 53. Tom Jackson, 57. A backfield in the secondary that leads the NFL in interceptions after 13 games with 25. On second down and 6, Stabler screens it off to Whittington. And Whittington gets close to a first down out around the 34-yard line. Gradishar hustled over there. He'll be about a yard short. And the rookie will come out, Whittington, and in will come the veteran, Pete Banaszak. So Banaszak, 40, has been around 13 years for Oakland. They put him in there because he's a good, heady ball carrier as well as a fine blocker. Third down, a little more than a yard to go for a first. Van Egan powers over the left side, gets the first down, out of the 35 to the 36.
The Raiders, of course, want to improve their ground game. When you look at the statistics for this year against last year, you can understand why. They're down 58% in the number of rushing plays they've had per game, down 49% in yards rushing, and down 66% in first downs achieved by rushing. Last year, they were the league leader, ranked number 1 in all 3 items. So their ground game has been off this year.
On first and 10, the ball at the 36. Play action by Stabler. And looking over the middle, connects there with Dave Casper. And he is ruling the catch incomplete. Let's see if he trapped it. Just did not hold it. So it'll be second down and 10. There he is. Super year, 9 touchdowns. You saw his stats. 29 touchdowns for this man in 5 years. Second and 10. Whittington rookie from SMU, goes down in the arms of Gradishar and Reuben Carter. Gradishar, 53. Carter, number 68. Boy, and Brandy is having some year. Let's take a look at him. Great All-American, Ohio State. He just is so quick, Howard. He moves along the line of scrimmage, fights off the block there. Moves in with the help of Reuben Carter, makes the stop at the 40-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 7.
While Gradishar and Tommy Jackson are perhaps the best 2 of the 4, all 4, as I've said before, often seem like 8. Terribly active, excellent speed and range.
Motion is Branch. Biletnikoff is in the game on the passing down. Stabler keeps Van Egan in. Fires over the middle is Branch. Branch has a first down near midfield at the 49-yard line. Bob Swinson in on the stop.
One of the problems that Oakland has had all year long, and one of the criticisms, is that Stabler and Casper have been playing pitch and catch, and the other receivers not used. In point of actual fact, though, Branch has caught only 1 touchdown pass this year. Kenny has not been able to get the ball to him. Branch has never been noteworthy, even in his prime, as an intermediate receiver. Right there, he connected as an intermediate receiver.
1st and 10. The ball just short of the 49-yard line. Whittington, and he is nailed by number 57, Tom Jackson. We just spoke of him. He is exceptionally quick. Not that big, 5'11", 220, but he gets the job done.
There's Red Miller, who burst into prominence a year ago in his rookie year as head coach after having been an assistant under Fairbanks at New England. Carried Denver to the Super Bowl last year. This year, beset by injuries and an offense that's not exactly potent, he's had troubles. Blew his top after the Detroit loss Thanksgiving Day, blamed it on the officials.
There was a loss of 3. It's 2nd down, 13. Branch again. First down inside the 40-yard line. Oakland moving down the field. We're just underway from Oakland, California.
Twice then, Branch has connected on the receiving end of what we call an intermediate pass. And Oakland's offense has always been designed for that kind of pass, 14 to 17-yard range.
Cliff Branch has the first down, 39-yard line. His previous 6 years, Branch averaging over 19 yards a catch. This year, just over 13. Whittington. And down goes Whittington. Bill Thompson, the strong safety, roars up to make the stop, number 36, after a gain of a yard and a half.
Whittington had an instant in which to make a decision, whether to cut back where there seemed to be an opening or to try to turn the corner as the play was designed. He elected to try to turn the corner, but Bill Thompson, an 11-year veteran from what was then, as you look at Whittington of SMU, Thompson was out of what was then Maryland State. Another famous one from there was Emerson Boozer. It now happens to be Maryland Eastern Shore.
2nd and 9. It's a down that Denver likes to shoot their linebackers. They're quick and they're fast. This time they drop into the protection. Stabler, anticipating the blitz, dumps it off to Mark Van Egan right over the middle. A little checkoff pass. Van Egan down to the 31-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. It was Randy Gradishar again who had dropped back into the pass coverage, into the zone coverage, and then saw Van Egan slip out, moved across and made the stop. Van Egan heading for a 3rd consecutive 1,000-yard season. Set a Raider record a year ago, over 1,200 yards rushing. 3rd down 2. Van Egan is met right where he needed to get the first down by Bernard Jackson. And Oakland has their first down.
You might remember that at the top of the show you saw 29 Bernard Jackson picking off a deflected pass thrown by Stabler off the fingers of Biletnikoff. Jackson represents in his own way this whole Denver defense. Opportunistic.
Jackson with 5 interceptions. 1st and 10, Oakland. Banaszak. And the older statesman. Bulls ahead behind Dalby, Mickey Marvin, Upshaw. It's a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
So far, Stabler has worked with precision. He's like a surgeon out there. He's throwing the short ball. He's connecting. He's getting great protection up till now. Another point in which the Raiders are very much down this year. They're in allowing quarterback sacks. They're down 33%, Frank.
Second down 8. Whittington. It's a block out front by Banaszak and is taken out of bounds down around the 26-yard line by Bernard Jackson, where it will bring up the passing down. It'll be third, and we'll call it 7.
Banaszak remains a tough cookie despite all the years. On that play, Tommy Jackson came up from his linebacker position to strip the interference. He was successful on it, but still Banaszak provided enough blocking protection for Whittington to turn the corner for what meager yardage he did achieve.
Biletnikoff comes in, as he does on passing downs. 14th play of this drive. Biletnikoff flank to the right, branches to the left. Stabler, Bradshaw. First down, Oakland, and a flag is down. Steve Foley made the stop, and a flag flew instantly.
Clearly, that pass was made possible by the extraordinary protection Stabler got. Look at it again. He has forever, so that Bradshaw could finally cut across and become the free man. Stabler has been criticized for not passing enough to Bradshaw in the press and by the fans. And it's been rumored that he's not happy with the patterns run by Bradshaw.
Walked off against Denver. We'll get the call from our referee tonight, Gordon McCarter.
It's against Steve Foley, I'm sure.
Face mask, 5-yard penalty, number 29, defense, first down.
I'm not sure. It was Bernard Jackson.
First down, Oakland. They have moved this ball from their own 25-yard line. They now have a first down, the ball at the 12-yard line of Denver. Both teams will remind you again, tied at 8-5 in the Western Division of the AFC. Seattle breathing down their necks. Stabler in trouble, could not find a receiver, and then dumped it off in the general direction of the nearest man he could find. That would be Morris Bradshaw. It'll be second down and 10. Again, Stabler, who had really a shaky start. We touched on it at the top of the show. Had 23 interceptions before he could hardly look over his shoulder, but he has settled down. No interceptions the last 3 games. Here he is, Gaylord Ravenel. I think you called him, didn't you, Howard, at one time? The Gulf Coast Gaylord Ravenel.
That's right. He likes the good life.
And he has lived it well, both as a professional and off the field. Second and 10, Van Egan, single setback. Casper hit by Jackson short of the 5-yard line. It's going to be third down and 4.
Once again, you saw Stabler with all the time in the world. Watch him. You'll see him look left, down the middle, and finally had enough time to find Casper. See that? Look left, then down the middle, and there was Dave.
Dave Casper just having a sensational year. You saw him check, make sure there wasn't a blitz. He was not the first receiver intended. He looked for the blitz, and then he was gone. Third and 4. Stabler fires in the crowd over the middle. Picked off there by Bernard Jackson, his 6th interception of the year. Young man who came from Cincinnati a year ago to solidify the secondary of the Denver Broncos has come up with his 6th interception of the year, and it turns back a Raider drive that began at their own 25-yard line.
And that hurts. Watch it again. I told you Bernard Jackson represented the opportunism of this defense. There he was in perfect position. Read the play beautifully, picked it off, and so Denver gets the ball. We'll be back. There he is, Bernard Jackson, who just made a beautiful interception at just the right moment. And it has to hurt a team to march the way Oakland did and have that, the windup.
Denver begins at their 4. This is John Keyworth from the big fullback. Rumbles out to the 9-yard line. Let's meet the offense for the Denver Broncos. Morton, quarterback, of course, number 7. Rob Lytle, the great former Michigan All-American, number 41. Keyworth, 32. Haven Moses, the wide receiver, number 25. Jack Galvin, number 82. He'll alternate a great deal with Rick Upchurch, number 80. Riley Odom's having one of his best years. your offensive line, there is a problem on the left side. An injury to Tom Glassick has brought in Glenn Hyde, number 65, and Bill Bryan is trying to play at center with a very sore ankle. Keyworth at 5. It's second down and 5. The ball at the 9. Dave Preston. And Preston. Give him 2 yards. It's going to be third down along 2. The ball just short of the 12-yard line. Defensively, and you see also that Oakland is hurting. Dave Browning, their rookie from Washington, is not in there in that front 3. Phil Yaw is there. There are your linebackers. They cover the field, particularly on the outside with Hendricks and Villapiano. Your secondary, an entirely different secondary, with the exception of Jack Tatum from the one you saw a year ago. This is a team, the Oakland Raiders, that are missing 16 members of the team from 1 year ago. That's rather a dynamic turnover. On third down, Keyworth. And he's been drilled backwards by a hard-charging Oakland Raider defensive unit headed by John Matuzak, big number 72. When I say big, it's not an understatement. 6'7", a 275-pounder. Denver, first possession, they'll have to punt away.
And so Oakland should have good field position. Oakland, by the way, used 17 plays in 7 minutes, 56 seconds of time on their drive that failed when Bernard Jackson picked off a Stabler pass.
Neil Colsey is standing right at midfield. Bucky Dilts. He hangs it high, doesn't necessarily kick it long. That's what he did. He put it high in the air. Colsey does not call for the fair catch, and he bounces off a defender and gets to the outside. And now he goes down. Good coverage by Denver. Colsey down on his own 48-yard line. Larry Canada made the stop. 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter of a hard-hitting football game. We'll be back.
For a fair catch, and you don't. Colsey took his life in his hands. That's Maurice Harvey who hit him first, 27. And then you'll see Larry Canada. Watch this tackle. Colsey is lucky to still be walking around.
Colsey is much like Rick Upchurch of Denver. They don't like to fair catch the ball. Upchurch, as a matter of fact, is called for 1 fair catch this season. Takes a special kind of person to stand back there and know what's going to happen and still not put that hand up. First and 10 Oakland, their own 47-yard line. Whittington behind Upshaw, and he spins out to midfield. Gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8. I'll tell you about this youngster. Came up a 7th-round draft pick. They didn't know what they had on their hands. He's only 5'11", 180-pounder, but out of SMU, he became their third all-time rusher behind Doak Walker and Kyle Rote. And then when Clarence Davis went down, Terry Robisky went down, the 2 setbacks that Oakland had planned on, this young man was thrown into the breach, and he is one tough cookie. He's over 540 yards on the season, averaging about 4 yards. He scored 7 touchdowns. That's Art Whittington, 22. Second down, 8. Hand off. Van Egan. Gradishar. You could just about say Gradishar on every play. If he isn't the initial tackler, he is certainly going to be in the company of the man who makes the first hit.
He got good blocking on that play from Dalby, the center, and Mickey Marvin from the right side, which has been a troublesome side thus far this year. You see 50 Dalby out there. Well, Dalby did not hit his man. But
third down, 3. Ball just short of the 45-yard line. Stabler. That's it off again to Van Egan, who delayed again, and this has got to be a play that was set up by the Oakland offense from films. They let Van Egan block, delay into the line. He doesn't see a linebacker coming. He just leaks across the middle, and while this is a hurrying bunch of linebackers for Denver, sometimes they get just a little deep into the pass defense, and it leaves that little opening for a back slipping out. 38-yard line, first down Oakland. Biletnikoff is in. Bradshaw is out. Play action again by Stabler. Going for Casper, and Casper has it at the 31-yard line. Joe Rizzo all over Casper, but not until Casper had caught the ball, picked up 6 yards. It'll be second and 4.
You're exactly right, though. He's throwing under the linebackers as he does here. Rizzo, the free agent from the Merchant Marine Academy, late getting to Casper, and under any circumstances couldn't have done anything with that kind of pass.
Second down 4. Ball inside the 31-yard line. Van Egan, a huge hole right side, and Bill Thompson makes the save down around the 17-yard line. Mark Van Egan rolling over Henry Lawrence and Mickey Marvin. That's the trouble side of the offensive line.
But not tonight.
Raiders, but not tonight. They're going there. Henry Lawrence, of course, replaced an injured John Vella out for the season. He would have been the right tackle ordinarily. Mickey Marvin, who had great possibilities, but he was questionable tonight. Stabler needs one more completion to become the all-time Oakland Raider passer in terms of completion, replacing Darryl LaMonica. This is Whittington. And Whittington hit at the line of scrimmage by Bob Swinson initially, and then Joe Rizzo was right there with him.
Not making the yardage thus far running left that they would like to be making. Normally, Oakland is famous for running behind Upshaw and Shell.
And advisedly so on that left side. Shell 78 goes 275. Upshaw 255. They're both all pros. Whittington stop. Line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Ball at the 17-yard line. Biletnikoff, Bradshaw, Branch, 3 wide receivers in. Out comes the other setback. As you see, Mark Van Egan, single setback. Casper coming around. He sets up in a wing position on that particular formation. This time he rattles off pickup of 6. It'll be third down and 4. Lyle Alzado in on the stop.
Well, now they're in an obvious passing situation, and it's just what the quarterback doesn't want in this kind of situation.
And in comes the specialty unit for the Oakland Raiders. That brings in Banaszak. He wears number 40. Van Egan comes out. Very fast first quarter. We are inside 1 minute. As a matter of fact, 30 seconds. Branch is in motion. Stabler. Out on the flat. Whittington. And the little rookie is pounded at the 10-yard line. He's short of the first down.
Stabler had no choice. Receivers covered. Had to throw to his safety valve, which in effect Whittington was. He had to go one-on-one. He never had a chance.
And the quarter will expire unless timeout is called before Earl Mann, who has had the Raiders in trouble this season, not so much from his lack of field goal ability, but from the missed conversions of all things. The Raiders having missed at least one conversion in the past 5 games. That's the end of the first quarter, and we'll be right back in Oakland after this. He had time to think about it, but he's been around since 1968. A week ago, Earl Mann blamed the 17-16 loss to Seattle on himself. He missed a conversion that could have changed the entire complexion of that game.
Not only that, Frank, but clearly Coach Madden lost confidence in him. In a subsequent field goal situation, he didn't go for it.
It splits the uprights, and Oakland has a 3-0 lead. A critical game for both these ball clubs, tied for the lead in the AFC's Western Division, and we'll be back in just a moment. And Dave Preston. Rick Upchurch, he's dangerous.
There he goes.
Rick Upchurch, and a flag goes down as Upchurch brings it all the way out to the 49-yard line, and what a threat this man is, both on punt returns and the kickoff returns, and as a receiver. He came up 4 years ago. Since that time, every time he's handled the football, he's had a gain of about 15 yards, and they're going to move it back.
Certainly he and Willie White Shoes Johnson, when healthy, are 2 of the most exciting players in the league. We're waiting on the official for the call here.
Clipping, as it so frequently does. Let's take a look at it again, because he's lightning in a bottle. Does it like it should be done. Sprints to the middle, looks for the gap, and then turns on the speed, and he has an excess of that. But the clipping call nullifies a 44-yard return or backs it up to the 30. Here's the official call.
Personal foul. Clipping number 55 receivers during the return. First down.
Godwin Turk clipping. And it's so easy to do when that man breaks through that first line because you don't really know where he is. Denver's Second possession. Morton had Moses wide open, but he goes to Keyworth and the pick knocked away. Good defensive play. Lester Hayes and Charles Phillips. Boy, and Haven Moses was wide open right down the middle.
Those stats speak for themselves. Oakland totally dominant. Denver with possession for only a minute 57 of the first quarter. Yet Oakland with only 3 points. Missed opportunities. The Jackson intercept on the 1-yard line. New England could write a book about missed opportunities in the first half against Dallas today.
Craig Morton without an interception in 134 attempts. Looking over a second down 10. Rick Upchurch is in there. Draw play, John Keyworth, who slips and down he goes. Inside the 30. It'll be a loss of a half a yard. And third down long yardage for Craig Morton.
Scene is almost reminiscent of Miami and Houston a couple of weeks ago. Silver and black pom-poms all over the place.
October 16th, 1977 is when it all turned around for Denver in their respect for Oakland. They came into this stadium. They intercepted Stabler 7 times. They won 30-7. They have not been afraid of Oakland since. Third and long. Morton with the deep drop. Has the time. Throws it out of the flat to Upchurch, short of the first down. No, and they say that he was juggling the ball when he went out of bounds, incomplete. He has to have possession with both feet coming down inbounds, and the referee right on top of it said he was juggling the ball. Let's look again. Apparently makes the catch, and he never did. Fourth down. Villapiano was all over Upchurch. Deep is Neil Colsey, standing at his 30-yard line. Bucky Dilts will be punting for Denver. Short kick. Colsey had to let it bounce, and it took a Denver bounce and rolls to the 23-yard line. So we're in the second quarter. Oakland has a 3-0 lead. Oakland will have the ball at their 23 when we return.
Be some bowl game. Alabama crushed Auburn, number 2 in the polls. Penn State, number 1 in the polls. So that one is for the mythical national championship. The Big Bear against Joe Paterno.
That will be some matchup. All right, Oakland, first and 10. The ball at their 23-yard line. Van Egan gets the call, tries the right side, and collides over there with Don Latimer, the rookie from Miami, who is seeing a lot of action, sharing the duties with Reuben Carter, number 68.
Watching this game, you have to be impressed with the blocking thus far of Mickey Marvin, the wild man, who was a 4th-round draft choice out of Tennessee, and Henry Lawrence. What yardage they've made on the ground, Oakland, has been behind the blocking of those two.
Van Egan got 4. It's second down and 6. Van Egan gets the call again. And around the corner, and he runs into Bill Thompson, number 36. Swinson was also in there on the initial hit. Gets out around the 30-yard line for a gain of a couple. It'll be third down and 3.
Well, once again, they're in an obvious passing down. You have to wonder why Stabler isn't going to the air on first down, which is the most effective way to attack this very stubborn Denver defense and very aggressive defense.
Bradshaw and Branch both split to the right. Casper, bottom of your screen. He's the tight end. Van Egan gets the call. He'll be short of the first down. And John Madden did not like that call either.
I don't think so. John Madden has been very sensitive all week. Roundly criticized by the fans and the press for the loss to Seattle a week ago. A guy wins 100 games in short order. He's a great coach. He loses one, he's a bum.
All right, the league's number 1 kicker against the league's number 1 punt returner, Rick Upchurch, at the 23-yard line. Rick Upchurch averaging over 15 yards an attempt. Been off for about 3 weeks with a sprained knee and ankle. Flag is down. You saw it. Great guy, hangs it forever. Upchurch didn't even, he took one look at it, called for the fair catch at the 24. You saw Tom Jackson, I believe, offsides, and there is a little bit of a rhubarb taking place there. Mike Davis of Oakland gets involved there with Denver's Steve Foley.
These two teams, as I said at the top, are bitter rivals. No love lost between them.
And that will be an Oakland first down. Of course, Howard, it goes back, really to last year when Denver humiliated them right here with the 7 interceptions, the big win, 30-7, the AFC Championship, which Oakland claims they lost on a missed call, a fumble that wasn't seen.
You're laying it out. In that game of 7 interceptions, Steve Foley was the hero with 3 for Denver.
And, of course, the opening game of the season. These two teams met. And, again, it was Denver. Here's the call.
Offside. Defense. First down.
Well, let's see if Stabler changes his tactics.
Tom Jackson, I'm sure he's pounding his head because that is a mental error you just do not want to make. Gives Oakland good field position inside the 38-yard line. They have a 3-0 lead. Stabler. Branch. Branch is the first down. John Madden exhorting him on from the sideline.
Makes a little difference, doesn't it? Throw on them against them on first down. It was Denver, of course, that played into Dallas's hands in the Super Bowl last year by running on first and second down consistently into that Dallas flex defense, which is designed especially to stop the run.
Raymond Chester is in, number 88. And Denver is not getting the pass rush. They're either going to have to start coming with the blitz or Stabler will eat them alive. Van Egan. Ball is jarred loose, but I think the whistle had blown. Yes, it had. At the 42-yard line, gain of 6. Randy Gradishar blasting Van Egan. Going to be 2nd and 4.
There's a man in the booth next to us watching, to whom this game couldn't be more important. Al Davis, who is, of course, the managing partner of the Raiders and considered by many to be as smart a man as there is in professional football. Deservedly so on the record, because Oakland has been the winningest team in pro football over the past decade.
A partisan crowd cheering as Van Egan gets the call, and he's close to another Raider first down.
Now they've run left twice in a row, and successfully.
And what a job this man has done with a team that was really hit with injuries. The secondary has changed almost completely. Matt telling the official it was plenty of yardage.
Yeah, he's really marvelous. He really is. He's got a great sense of humor. He's an ebullient man.
First down, Oakland. They lead 3-0. 10:55 remaining in the first half. Frank Gifford along with Howard Cosell. And when we walked in here tonight, you could just feel it coming from the stands.
And you saw the pom-poms, much like the Houston crowd of 2 weeks ago.
The ball is at the 38-yard line. Banaszak is in, number 40. First and 10 for Oakland. Banaszak. And Banaszak to the 31. It's a gain of 7. Bob Swinson and Gradishar in on the stop, but Oakland is working over the defensive front 3 of Denver.
Watch this offensive line now. Look at Dolby, 50, open that hole.
And on the right side, Mickey Marvin. 70 is Lawrence.
These are the men we've been telling you about, and that play evidences.
2nd and 3. Banaszak puts the head down, goes for the first down at the 25-yard line. Joe Rizzo on the stop. Pete Banaszak, who had only gained 86 yards on the season coming into tonight, is the man that Oakland has used for the last 13 years whenever they have a trouble spot.
What I liked on that play was to see, as you look at the veteran Pete Banaszak, number 40, was to see Whittington, number 22, a slight fellow, a slender fellow out there leading the way, blocking.
First First down, 25-yard line. Van Egan back in. Whittington on the sweep. Marvin is out in front. And Thompson rolls up from his safety spot to make the stop as Whittington gets inside the 25-yard line for a gain of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Bob Swinson was also out there, number 51 for Denver.
That graphic is only part of the story of the Oakland domination. Denver's only had the ball 2 series of downs, next to no time of possession. The miracle is that Denver only trails 3-0.
The way they play, Howard, and we've watched them, I know you have over the years, they'll be pushed up and back and forth across the field, and all of a sudden they get the turnover, the key interception, and they just explode.
That's the way they won all last year.
2nd and 9. 2 tight ends are in. Casper 87, Raymond Chester 88. Stabler throws the branch, incomplete. Stabler under pressure. The blitz was on. We talked about it. Latimer was there, number 72, the rookie from Miami, as was Jackson.
No matter how you slice it, it's great to have a mobile quarterback. Tarkenton, for instance, today, simply extraordinary as he broke Sonny Jurgensen's record for season completions. You'll see Talk at halftime in that thrilling Minnesota win over Philadelphia. And Staubach, the versatile all-around athlete.
3rd and 9, Biletnikoff, Bradshaw, and Branch. The setback comes out Whittington. Casper sets up in the slot, and this will be Van Egan. Svensson is there. Corrals Van Egan, and it's going to be a 4th down.
Well, it's, I guess, easy to second guess from up here, but I don't understand that call, Giff.
Well, they're being careful. They have dominated the game. And at this point, there's no reason to play it any other way. They're controlling the game totally. But again, they are also aware that they're playing against a very opportunistic team, that being Denver. They can turn it around so quickly. Earl Mann, his long of the season, 42 yards. This attempt from 37 yards. Earlier, he hit from 27. It's good. So Earl Mann, on the spot from last week's missed conversion, has provided the 2 field goals to Oakland. They lead 6-0.
And the surrounding area. Here's the gift.
Ray Guy pumps one, and it's going to drive Rick Upchurch deep into the end zone. He'll bring it out. And you see why. Rick Upchurch takes it 5 yards deep in the end zone, returns it out to the 31-yard line. Arthur Whittington took him out of bounds there, but it was a gamble the little man from Minnesota took, and he tacked on 12 yards to what would have been the touchback.
Look at him again. The same kind of movement behind the blocking, spotting the gap that Frank talked about as we showed his earlier run back, and right there, up the sidelines, the guy's a game breaker.
The ball marked at the 31-yard line. We have 8:59 remaining in the first half. Oakland leading 6-0, 2 Earl Mann field goals. Critical game for both teams, tied at 8-5 for the Western Division of the AFC. Reverse. Upchurch. And big John Matuzak was out there. Oh, and Rick, you're taking on a man a little too large for you.
No, Ricky, don't do that.
Rick Upchurch, 5'10", John Matuzak, 6'7", slight mismatch.
Look at it again. This was a good play call. For a moment, it appeared Upchurch would have room to negotiate.
Hendricks
Right past Hendricks, that's right.
Forced him inside, into Lester Hayes, and Matuzak is going to get an unsportsmanlike call. Threw Upchurch aside like a little kitten. Big John.
You don't want to do that when you're dominating a ball game. You don't want to make a mistake based upon an instant piece of emotionalism that'll give the other team field position and opportunity, especially when you've been containing the other team all night. Ill-advised move.
Unsportsmanlike contact against Big John Matuzak. Moves the ball up to the 49-yard line. Denver's 49. Saul Riley Odoms, 88, just to the left. The toss goes to Dave Preston. And Preston upended by Charles Phillips coming up from the secondary position after a gain of a yard and a half. It'll be second down. Well, second down, call it 8. Dave Preston, one of the many backs that are utilized by Red Miller in their offense. Preston is over 230 yards. Canada, another rookie, over 280 yards. Keyworth, over 360. Rob Lytle, over 280. And Otis Armstrong, over 320. So he uses them all. Second and 8. Morton, flag is down. Preston on the screen, nailed at the line of scrimmage, and Preston might have been illegally in motion.
I thought he was. I thought he induced the Oakland lineman to move. You mentioned that 5 different backs have such and such yardage. Nope. Called against Oakland.
Well, Preston gave him a little nod, and Oakland moved offside. You saw the call. Second down and 4 now. Here's the call.
Some offside. Number 60, defense. Repeat, second down.
Otis Sistrunk pulled offside.
Sometimes when you use 5 backs, Frank, you don't get the most out of a guy who can be a great ground gainer like Otis Armstrong, who must be played regularly.
Rob Lytle is in there now. He wears 41. McEwert gets the call and bounces off Otis Sistrunk and lunges for the first down close to the 39-yard line. And he hit head-on with 270-pound Otis Sistrunk and bounced to the outside and got the first down.
Excellent second effort by a versatile athlete who played a number of different positions at the college level. Meantime, they're down to the 40 now. And Matusak helped them a great deal with that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Looking for Moses. O'Reilly Odoms. Incomplete. Now that play had no chance from the time Morton moved away from the center. Flag is down back at the line of scrimmage.
Another call against, I think, Matusak, number 72.
Well, he was the one they were having the chat with. Morton had all of his receivers. Somebody must have broken it. They were all bunched together in a pocket, and Oakland was all over them. Now this can really hurt a football team.
Let's hear the call.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 73, defense. First down.
I think he meant 72.
There is no 73.
Dave Browning is not in the lineup. Here it is right here. That's a good call. You don't need that in football. First and 10. Lonnie Perrin. And Lonnie Perrin finds a gap on the left side. He rolls inside the 20, down around the 18 for a gain of 7.
This whole drive has been engineered mainly by the errors of John Matusak. Mental, emotional, and physical. And Denver, as Frank said, is the kind of team that but needs an opportunity. Oakland, which should have been comfortably ahead, only 6 points ahead, settling for 2 field goals.
Browning comes in, 73, defensive end for Oakland. Out comes Phil Yaw. Second and 3, Rob Lytle. Lytle is swarmed over by number 60, Otis Sistrunk. We're going to pause quickly, 5 seconds, and allow our station to identify themselves. Lytle gets a yard, but it's going to be third down, a tough 2. There's a man who played 3 years of minor league football with Norfolk before he came up. The Rams had him back in 71. They traded him to Oakland. He's been an outstanding performer ever since. Third and 2. Morton finds the receivers. Goldman. Oakland is saying that he trapped the ball, but no. It's complete. It's going to be first down and inside the 10.
Watch this. Really? Morton surrounded on this play, Frank. Men all over.
Boy, he
kept his poise, stayed in the pocket, moved up, had the height to retain his vision, and hit the receiver, Galvin, who is finally free.
And I see why Oakland was complaining.
I agree with you.
In any event, it's first and goal. The ball at the 8-yard line. Riley Odoms is 88. Morton's first completion of the night. Lonnie Parent spins loose, and finally he goes down in the arms of Villapiano at the 6-yard line. Rod Martin popped him first. He spun loose and rolled down to the 6. It'll be second and goal.
Once again, let's tell you the importance of this game as you look at the standings. You know about the playoff system this year. 6 division winners go in, 4 wild card teams. 2 teams from each conference with the best subsequent records based upon the regulations established by the National Football League. Too complex to be detailed here and now as we look at a nervous and understandably so Red Miller.
I don't believe it could be detailed all night. Second and goal at the 6. Rob Lytle. And Lytle hit by Jack Tatum, but not until he gets to the 3-yard line. Third and goal. Red Miller, who has not lost 2 consecutive games since coming to Denver at the start of last season. Now it's marked inside the 3, close to the 2-yard line. Third down. The play comes in to Morton via Rick Upchurch. 3:55 and the clock is moving, remaining in the first half. Oakland has a 6-0 lead.
Craig likes to throw a spot pass to the corner of the end zone in this situation, usually.
Nope, Rob Lytle inside handoff, 6 points. Fine blocking right side of that line. Rob Lytle set so many rushing records in the Big Ten a couple of years ago, and he has been a strong man for the Denver Broncos. Not all that big, but he's always there when you need him.
So with all of Oakland's domination, as you look at this handoff to Rob Lytle again, running right this time and getting in there, Denver has a chance now to take the lead.
He got a super block from number 76. You saw it, Tom Neville, the veteran that Red Miller brought in from New England. He had coached him there before. Jim Turner now for the conversion. So while Oakland has possessed the football most of the night, Denver now has the lead, 7-6. A typical Denver-Oakland game. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Lonnie Parent deep is Art Whittington and Harold Hart. Whittington 22, Hart is 23. Parent gets the big foot to it. Whittington inside the end zone. He'll bring it out. And Whittington with a nifty run out close to the 33-yard line. And we'll tell you, our telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited. Oakland, they've been able to move the ball at will. But once they get inside the 20, things have tightened up, and they have not been able to get the touchdown on the scoreboard. 2 Earlman field goals. They trail by 1 point. Whittington and Van Egan the setbacks. Stabler to the air. And he goes to the tight end, Dave Casper. He's out near a first down at the 44-yard line. Bill Thompson is all over Casper. But this man is some gifted athlete. He has been double covered when a lot of teams cover tight ends with linebackers. Let's look at him again. Swinson gives him a shove to the outside. He looks to the inside, finds his first down marker, makes the sliding catch, and he has the first down at the 44. Mark Van Egan, single setback now. Stabler wants Branch. He was covered, and he dumps it off to Casper once again. And Casper has the ball at the 49 for a gain of 4. Randy Gradishar was there, 53. Bob Swinson, 51, defensively for Denver.
You couldn't ask for better protection than Stabler is getting tonight. And notice the continuing efficiency all year long. Watch the protection here of Dave Casper. Certainly one of those who's been most helped by the new rule that allows only one chuck against a potential receiver between the scrimmage line and 5 yards out.
Steve Sylvester, 66, is a right guard for Oakland. He's doing a fine job. Going for Branch, and is picked off by Thompson.
How do you like that?
Picked off. Morris Bradshaw, the intended receiver. Bill Thompson, the 10-year veteran, many times All-Pro, backed his way into the pattern and collected it. And this is what Denver will do to you as we head towards the 2-minute warning.
Here it is coming right at you. Stabler had Bradshaw open. You see that, but didn't loft the ball enough. Thompson, with one hand, got control of the ball and pulled it in. So, again, the Denver defense is predominant. That's 2 intercepts against Stabler tonight, who had not been intercepted in the last 3 games.
And 27 on the year for Denver. They lead the NFL in that category coming into tonight. 1st and 10. The ball at their own 34-yard line. John Keyworth gets the call, and Keyworth handles out to the 40. Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Up into there by Willie Hall. There he is, and he has a lot of credits to him. He has just picked off his 4th interception, giving Denver field position once again. We have the 2-minute warning. We'll be back after this. A meaningful game from the Oakland Alameda County Stadium. The Denver Broncos against the Oakland Raiders. They are tied for the lead in the AFC's Western Division. A half game after today's win over Cleveland. A half game back. Jack Patera's Seattle Seahawks. Another great day for Jim Zorn. They, of course, strong contenders, but Denver, if they can win tonight, they could lock up the division with the win next week at home against Kansas City. 2nd and 4. Morton. Flag is down, and Morton fires over the middle, and it's complete to Rick Upchurch. But a flag is down, and I suspect it'll be a holding call. Morton was standing in a sea of his blockers and on-rushing Oakland Raiders, and that's the call. Morton stands there sometimes almost like a sacrificial lamb. He does not have a great deal of mobility, but he has got a lot of guts, a lot of heart. He'll stand there until he finds a man. He will not throw the interception.
Which accounts for his great number of sacks.
Let's take a look again. Phil Villapiano is coming in. You're looking at the center, Bill Bryan, moving out, playing on a sore ankle. He gets called for the holding. It's 2nd down and 14. This is Upchurch. Oh, is Upchurch hit? Right up to the 35-yard line, driven back by Phillips. And number 53, Rod Martin, who's playing for an injured Monty Johnson, number 58, who is not in the lineup tonight. They missed Monty Johnson. He's big, strong, and he's been having ankle trouble for several weeks. There's Rod Martin, who's a 12th round draft pick a year ago. They released him, and San Francisco picked him up. They released him, and Oakland re-signed him, and they're quite happy they did, because Monty Johnson has been ailing for the past few weeks. And it's been Rod Martin filling the gap. 3rd and 9. Martin, and Matuzak drags him down. And the angry one gets to Martin. And actually, Martin had all the time he needed to throw the pass. He just did not have an open receiver, so credit the defensive secondary of Oakland with that sack along with Matuzak.
Minute 5 left in the half, so Oakland will have time to at least get to field goal position.
And Oakland calls timeout to make sure that Denver doesn't run off all their allotted time. And now Oakland is 2 timeouts. They'll have the ball when we return. 6 seconds remaining in the first half. Denver 7-6 over Oakland. Bucky Dilts punting for Denver. Neil Colsey standing just about his own 40-yard line. Dilts looks it high. Colsey bobbles the ball, but the flag is down. John Huddleston, I believe. There it is, running into the kicker.
Well, there has to be a limit to the number of mistakes a team so highly skilled as Oakland through the years is making tonight, but there doesn't seem to be. I couldn't understand, for instance. Let's listen to the call.
Personal foul. Running into the kicker, number 57 defense.
It was John Huddleston. Let's take a look at it again. Watch 57. You have to control yourself. You tried to keep Bucky Dilts upright, but you have to make sure the direction that you're taking into the kicker. And Neil Colsey, of course, bobbled the ball downfield. But it doesn't matter. Denver has the football with 48 seconds as they take over possession at the site of the fumble. Flag is down again. Drilled in there to Haven Moses. But again, a flag is down. Rob Lytle,
41. That's right.
Towards the line of scrimmage.
Oakland should have taken a timeout when Denver had to punt just before that punt. They let 20 seconds elapse before they did. Mental error. Their coach better than that. Then the fumble by Colsey, the turnover.
The call and the 5-yard penalty assessed against Denver. Rob Lytle illegally in motion. The ball moved to the 43-yard line. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Denver has 3 timeouts. They'll be trying to get in range for Jim Turner. Lytle. And Lytle had an opening for a moment, and it was closed by Rod Martin. It looked like Lytle was going to break off a big gainer. And now Denver has called for timeout. Which will let us tell you about college football coming. He has 6 thus far this year. Second down, call it 12. The ball just inside the 40-yard line. 35 seconds remaining in the half. Fires over the middle. It's Riley Odoms. That's his 43rd reception of the year. That ties the best season he's ever had. Timeout called again. And Monty Johnson now is in there defensively for Oakland.
Some of the scores this afternoon. Miami over Washington by 16. You'll see that at halftime. Dallas, New England, 17-10. You'll see that at halftime tomorrow night. Jets, Baltimore, 24-16 Jets. That's tomorrow night at halftime. At halftime tonight, Minnesota's thrilling victory over Philadelphia. Green Bay's victory over Tampa Bay. And St. Louis, rallying still under Bud Wilkinson, beat Detroit. The Rams had a tough time of it against the Giants. Cincinnati came to life. Presumed to be a powerhouse before the season started, but going into today's game with only 1 victory, they scored 37 points on that vaunted Atlanta defense. New Orleans beat San Francisco by 11. Pittsburgh over Houston. What a tough game that was. Seattle just smothered Cleveland. Kansas City beat Buffalo.
And tomorrow night we'll be in San Diego along with Don Meredith. The Chargers going against Walter Payton-led Chicago Bears. Morton dumps it off, and it goes to Preston. And Preston is upended right at the line of scrimmage. Charles Phillips moving up there quickly. And that will bring up 4th down. And Jim Turner is coming out. That's a long way for Jim Turner. Take a look at it again and watch the 4th-year man from USC rumble up. He comes up from the strong safety spot, steps inside the blocker, had to time that perfectly or he would have been wiped out. And Denver, meanwhile, has stopped the clock with 6 seconds remaining in the half. Jim Turner is on the field. His longest kick of the year, a 45-yarder. He's also had a 44-yarder. Keep in mind, quarterback Norris Weiss is the holder for Jim Turner, and was right here a year ago that Norris Weiss threw a touchdown pass to Jim Turner in that 37 massacre.
That's a good reminder, because this is a very tough distance for Jim Turner, who at 10 yards shorter is as accurate as anyone. He doesn't have the atmosphere of the Mile High Stadium to help him here either, and that distance will have to be 47 yards, maybe 48.
No.
There you go.
Play action. Weiss is going to run for the 1st down, but time will expire. Time expired as Weiss rolled out. He wanted to throw the ball deep downfield for the 6. He never had the opportunity. As time runs out, and we'll be ready for halftime highlights after this message and a word from our local station. Don't go away. Denver 7, Oakland 6.
Scored twice early on, totally dominating.
Of Ray Guy. Upchurch, an electrifying sprinter. He'll handle the ball at the 2, and he drops it.
I don't believe it.
Rick Upchurch and Ray Guy finally made the tackle, but not until Upchurch, who looked like he was trapped way back at the 10-yard line, explodes out to the 28-yard line. Look at it again.
Just when you think he's in hopeless trouble, as here, he somehow manages to squirm away. Look at that. Between 2 Oakland tacklers, past a third, then over toward the left sideline, and finally it was Ray Guy with some help from number 46 who brought him down.
1st and 10. Ball at the 28-yard line. Denver in possession. They have a 1-point lead as we begin the second half. Mark fires to Dolvin, complete out at the 40-yard line. 1st down, Denver. And offensively, we will see changes, of course, many of them in running back position for Denver. Keyworth and Lytle open the setbacks. Keyworth 32, Lytle 41. Quarterback, of course, Greg Morton. Haven Moses, number 25, stays fairly permanent at 1 wide receiver, while Dolvin and Upchurch alternate at the other side. The Riley Odom's the big tight end. We haven't seen that much of Riley Odoms, but he's having a tremendous year on his 43rd pass in the first half. The 1st down at the 41-yard line of Denver. Moses in motion. Martin. Craig, you have to do something, and he finally does. He jogs out of bounds after a pickup of about a yard. Just could not find a receiver. Good defensive coverage by Oakland, and, well, his offensive line gave him a great deal of time.
Really did. It's almost painful to see him run. Look at it again. All this time, still looking for an open receiver, unable to find one, and then gradually drifting left, and that is not what you would call an agile man, is it?
Boy, and you saw cross-blocking on the part of the offensive line of Denver. That's a little departure from the standard. 2nd down and 9. Lytle, inside handoff. Gets a block from Howard, but he has to go outside of it. He goes into the arms of Rod Martin. And give him a half a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Rod Martin, who has been playing a great deal of football for the Oakland Raiders, most of it in relief for an injured Monty Johnson, who has a very sore ankle. Well, it's marked right at the 42, so it's 3rd down and 9 for Morton. It's Upchurch and Haven Moses out to the right. The tight end, Riley Odoms, 88, top of your screen. Looking for Odoms. And he finally just had to throw it away as Riley Odoms was being buffeted as he tried to cross into Morton's path.
And the man who hit him, of course, was Big John Matusak. This time cleanly and with no personal foul. So Denver will have to punt.
And that means Bucky Dilts. Here he is in his 2nd year. Came up a free agent last year from Georgia. Neil Colsey drops deep for Oakland. Positions himself at about the 22-yard line. Just underway in the second half. 7-6 ball game. Denver over Oakland. Critical game for both ball clubs. Dilts, characteristically high, but it takes out Oakland bounce and moves all the way back to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it down around the 38, but that took quite a bounce. And another flag is down. 19-yard net on that. And I believe Denver's going to have the opportunity to kick it over. goes against the Oakland Raiders.
Said it before, there is almost no mistake Oakland has not made. And they've been playing this way all year long.
And that, too, is a personal foul. That'll bring up a first down. All right, the ball at the 47-yard line of Denver. John Keyworth turns the corner and drills down to the 45-yard line. Gain of 8. Ran into Monty Jackson over there.
What a desperately poor turnaround for Oakland. Instead of having the ball first down, good field position on their own 40. The critical mistake gives Denver another opportunity. And this Denver team somehow takes advantage of opportunities. Right there, you saw Keyworth get good yardage, running left, turning the corner.
Second down, 2. The ball right at the 45-yard line. Roddy Odoms just Rob Lytle. And Lytle gets the first down inside the 42-yard line. John Matuzak and Rod Martin in on the stop.
You keep making mistakes like Oakland has been making. Keep missing touchdown scoring opportunities as Oakland did through the first quarter and much of the second quarter. Sooner or later, it takes some heart out of you.
First and 10 inside the 42-yard line. Lonnie Perrin in now. Single setback, number 33. Gets the handoff. And bounces off Raiders down to the 36-yard line. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. John Matuzak, Monty Johnson in on the stop. Lonnie Perrin, top running back for Denver thus far this year, over 420 yards coming into tonight's game. Lytle, and Howard out front, and Lytle gets to about the 33-yard line. He had to get to the 31 for the first down. Monty Jackson again on the stop, and Lytle is sort of limping a little bit as he moves to the sideline. And it'll come Dave Preston, number 46.
Denver is now getting a decent charge out of their offensive line, which going into tonight's game was certainly questionable because of the injuries Frank listed at the very top.
Third down, it's a long 2. Denver is in there. Short yardage offense. The 2 tight ends are in. Preston, he finds an opening, and Preston to the 25-yard line. Tripped up there by Lester Hayes, but another Denver first down. Ray Preston tried out with New England as a free agent last year. And as we watch him again, he didn't make the ball club. He stayed in good shape, did not get the call last year, and Denver picked him up this year, and he's been a very strong relief performer for them.
On that last picture, you could see the Denver line firing out there. 71, Claudie Miner in particular. They do have a way of seizing opportunity.
Lonnie Perrin. And down goes Perrin. John Matuzak was there. Gain of a yard and a half. It'll be 2nd down and 8. John Madden looking on. Let's take a look at his big defensive end who really got himself exercised in the first half. It cost Oakland a touchdown in all probability with 2 consecutive personal fouls. So he's playing quite a football game. 2nd and 8. Otis Armstrong in. Number 24 with Lonnie Perrin, 33. Setbacks for Denver. Inside 10 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Craig Morton on a rollout, a bootleg. And who would believe it? That's certainly not Oakland, as a good call and another Denver first down.
That was a great call. With a lot of guts by Craig Morton. All of a sudden, he was playing like he was Steve Grogan. It was a great call. Let's look at it again.
He hit the ball well, put it into Otis Armstrong's stomach, put it on his hip, and ambled to the first down, looked downfield, saw he could get no more, nothing more than a few bruises if he continued, so he stepped out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
That's the best I've seen him run this year.
Denver leading 7-6. Driving once again. They have a first down. 12-yard line of Oakland. Moses in motion. John Keyworth. And Keyworth battling to get back to the line of scrimmage. He doesn't make it. Charles Filyaw in there initially, and that upset all the blocking.
He still picked up 3 yards on his own to lessen the loss. It was a great effort by him, and less than that by Filyaw. Greg Martin's been using all his backs tonight. Frank Keyworth has had 7 carries. Lytle 7. Preston 3.
There was a loss of 3 yards. Second down, 13. Bart firing for Haven Moses. Touchdown.
Yes, they do have a way.
Blown coverage defensively. Moses wide open, not a Raider near him.
So twice Denver has capitalized on Oakland mistakes. Remember, look at it from the end zone. And you'll see Moses wide open.
Lester Haynes, 37, trying to get back into it, but Jack Tatum was the man I saw hit his helmet, say, oh, we blew it. And it's hard to pinpoint responsibility without knowing the defense, but definitely it was a foul-up.
Well, Tatum might have slipped a little.
Turner for the conversion. So Denver extends their lead over the Oakland Raiders, 14-6. Red Miller happy with what he sees. A win tonight, a win next week. They've clinched the division. We'll be back.
Oakland, the team of many mistakes tonight. Denver, as always, with a defense that dominates and opportunistic.
Lonnie Perrin to kick off. Art Whittington. And the rookie from SNU tries to get to the outside and does so to the 35-yard line where Rob Darren made the stop. 8:46 now remaining in the third quarter. And if you follow pro football at all, specifically the Denver Broncos, you know it's a very difficult team to play catch-up football with. They are tough defensively, and when they have a little bit of an edge, they get even tougher.
It's an interesting graphic. The interception that really hurt Oakland was the first one when they were down, and Bernie Jackson pick it up, Frank.
Van Egan. And Van Egan bulls for a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8, 37-yard line.
Bernie Jackson picked it off on the 1-yard line, brought it back to the 4. And that really hurt Oakland early on. But that's their fault. And Denver's opportunist.
Second and 8. Van Egan, 47 yards away from a 1,000-yard season. He's had 53 yards tonight. 9:53 now for the season. Stabler will pick up the blitz. But he could not find a receiver, and down he goes. Guess who? Randy Gratishard. A loss all the way back to the 26-yard line. Oh, John Grant, brother.
Johnny Grant.
I saw the blitz come in from the right side. Gratishard not in it. So John Grant, former USC product. And boy, I'll tell you, Red Miller shuffles the people in and out. Defensively, Carter in there, Latimer in there, Grant now.
Well, he was looking to hit Dave Casper, but Swenson, the free agent linebacker from California, was all over Casper, like a 10.
Third down, 19. Stabler again has the time, but no receiver. Now he looks upfield and he finds Biletnikoff. And Biletnikoff at the 45-yard line. Denver saying they took the ball away. Boy, he just has all kinds of time. It's just good coverage.
That's the story on a play like this, as it has been much of the night for Stabler. Look at that. Just stood there and finally spotted Biletnikoff, who momentarily fumbled it, but recovered it, as you saw.
And we may have a tough decision coming up. So here's the measurement.
They've got it.
And they get the first down. Fred Biletnikoff, who has always known where he is on a football field for the past 14 years. I don't know whether he likes playing the a secondary role, but this year in his 14th season, he has been kind of the alternate. Bradshaw and Cliff Branch, the starters, going most of the way, and Biletnikoff just comes in for the passing situations. Now he's out, and Bradshaw is back in, flanked to the right. Stabler, play action. Dumps it off to Whittington. And Whittington scrambles for additional yardage after the reception. Gets to about the 49-yard line.
6:40 left in the third quarter. Biletnikoff on that earlier critical first down play for Oakland showed all of his shrewdness, all of his veteran skills as Stabler lay back there with all the time in the world. Freddie finally maneuvered himself into a spot where he was alone, and Stabler then spotted him.
2nd and 6, the ball at the 49-yard line. And Van Egan pulls ahead. He's up close to another first down, maybe about a half a yard short, getting inside the 46-yard line. Bryson Manor is in now defensively, number 66. Earl Mann.
He's got all the points for Oakland.
27-yard field goal, a 37-yard field goal. Oakland moving down the field at will in the first half, but they seem to tighten up, become a little conservative when they got inside the 20, and they had to settle for field goals. Third, less than a yard. Van Egan has the first down, getting inside the 45.
I wonder if the Colgate team that upset Rutgers, as you look at the pom-poms, suddenly reemerge. I wonder if the Colgate team is another fullback for Oakland coming up.
They've got a couple out of there. Marv Hubbard, of course, had a lot of records at Colgate. Along came Van Egan. He broke most of them. Marv Hubbard, of course, so many fine years with Oakland, also a Colgate graduate. Pete Banaszak is in, number 40, with Whittington, number 22. 5:02 remaining in the third quarter. Whittington. And Whittington inside the 40-yard line, a gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Denver now has brought back in their front three. They have John Grant, Bryson Manor in there. Now they're back intact with Chavis, 79, Reuben Carter, 68, Lyle Alzado, number 77.
Now's the time to watch Stabler's calls. 2nd and 6.
Branch, Bradshaw, the two wide receivers split to the right. Stabler in trouble. Fires and complete to Casper. First down at the 27-yard line.
That was a great play by Stabler. In trouble. And in the genre of Craig Morton without mobility.
Rizzo, he comes in on the blitz. Stabler moves to the left, finds Casper, first down. I'll tell you, Casper doesn't get off the line of scrimmage easily. Swinson gives him a pop. He sees Stabler in trouble. He looks for an opening. And Stabler unloads.
But just one pop. That's all they were allowed. A year ago, he'd have been fighting his way all the way downfield.
On first down, Stabler with the time and no receiver, and he jumps it off to Whittington. And Whittington rolls to the 22-yard line. Gain of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4. Rizzo made the stop.
This is the same kind of drive Oakland has engineered twice before in the first half. Once the interception we've discussed, once settlement for a field goal. Let's see if they can break through. They haven't been able to.
Well, this drive has to have given them a lift, though, because they had lost their momentum. Denver had taken it away, and now they're coming down the field. 2:55 remaining in the third quarter. Van Egan gets the call, slips at the 20-yard line. Flag goes down. In holding, 14-6, and the holding call is going to go against Oakland, and what a heartbreaker has been for John Madden all night. He has had a lot of bad calls against him.
Every critical call has been against Oakland. Oakland has to blame itself for that. This one, 63, Gene Upshaw, I think.
The walk-off. Murphy, Gordon, McCarter. Mike isn't working, but we overheard from the press box where they got the information apparently from the sidelines that it was number 63 Upshaw.
So it's 2nd and 15.
And not a good situation against Denver. They can drop back. They're very good in coverage, and they are very good on the blitz. Casper drops the football. And hustling over there, I believe, to pick it up is number 78, Art Shell. And he has the ball back. And there's a gain of 7 yards to the 25. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Art Shell lumbering over there, all 6'5", 275 pounds, after Casper had dropped the ball.
It's unbelievable. Here's Casper. Good throw. Good catch. Dave apparently on his way. The ball knocked out of his hand. Slapped it right out. They were lucky Shell was there to recover.
Bob Swinson got the hand in there to jar the ball loose. 3rd and 8. Mark Van Egan, single setback. Stabler going deep. No flag. Bill Thompson tied up with Morris Bradshaw at the goal line. No flags down.
And the crowd calling for a flag, but they'll get no response from the official. So Errol Mann comes out again. The man who was scorned a week ago. Openly, the coach had no confidence in him. Didn't use him in a field goal situation. He had failed to convert, and that point cost Oakland the 17-16 loss to Seattle. Now, he's looking at a 42-yard field goal.
And that matches or would match his longest attempt of the year. Man who holds the ball, a quarterback, Dave Hum. No good. Pulled it to the left. So we have 2:02 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Denver retains their 14-6 lead. We'll be right back. Man missed from 42 yards out. Denver has the football. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Lonnie Parent gets the call, and down goes Lonnie Parent in the arms of Ted Hendricks.
Great play by Hendricks. Individual effort with those long arms and that lanky body.
Be a loss of a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12. There's Hendricks, who began a brilliant career in Baltimore a few years ago. Went on to Green Bay. There's another man who's traveled from the Bay Area. First to New England, came back to the 49ers a couple of years ago. They released him. He is now a reserve quarterback for the Oakland Raiders, Jim Plunkett. 2nd and 12. Martin. Rob Lytle. And Lytle out to the 32-yard line.
Close to a 1st down, couple of yards away. I like the way Craig Morton is calling this game. He's calling a measured game and unafraid to throw the ball. Not knuckling under, sticking to the ground, trying to protect the lead. We've got less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. This is one of the fastest, well, it's a Sunday night special edition, but one of the fastest games we've ever had, Frank.
3rd down, long 2. Martin looking for Dalvin, and Dalvin covered well by number 37, Lester Hayes, and also dropping back Monty Johnson. We're going to pause 5 seconds and allow our stations to let you know who's bringing you tonight's football telecast. Bucky Dilts comes out for Denver on 4th down. Neil Colsey positions himself at the 30-yard line of Oakland. Not anticipating a long kick. We told you earlier, Bucky Dilts doesn't kick the ball long. Kicks it very high. Denver covers very well. Oakland does not return punts well. In fact, their special teams, both returning punts and kickoffs, have been far from spectacular.
Center wanted a new football, a snap.
Bobby Maples, the 14-year veteran, snaps on the punts and placements for Denver. Wanted to get a ball with the stick 'em off. Dilts Posey eschews the fair catch again at the 35-yard line, and down he goes. It was Maurice Harvey, former Oakland Raider, who hustled down there. So Oakland, once again, will have fairly good field position. They'll begin at their 34-yard line when we return.
Losing efforts against Carlos Palomino, the welterweight title holder. Should be a good fight Saturday.
Oakland will try again from their own 34-yard line. Art Whittington gets the call and gets away from Tom Jackson, and it's out over the 35, close to the 37-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Seconds ticking away here in the third quarter. And again, a Denver victory tonight could put them in very good position to win their 2nd consecutive Western Division of the AFC. A win tonight and a win next week, and they would have it. You're watching another exclusive of ABC Sports. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll return for the fourth quarter in just a moment. Ball again, 2nd and 8. The ball at their own 36-yard line. Stabler fires and complete to number 81, and a flag is down. Morris Bradshaw, intended receiver.
He was pushed off. You'll see this call.
And a flag is also down back at the line of scrimmage. So we have a flag down, deep downfield, and a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, number 70 offense. Illegal contact. Number 57 defense. The penalty's offset. 2nd down.
Henry Lawrence, Tommy Jackson, they were the two involved. No play. Oakland's penetrations thus far in the first quarter to the Denver 6, the second quarter to the Denver 10, the third quarter to Denver 20. Well, not in the quarters, correction, just running down. They have had 5 penetrations. Another time to the Denver 25. No touchdowns.
And just 6 points. They trail 14-6. The down replay, 2nd down and 8. Stabler, down he goes. Lyle Alzado, he's having another superb year for Denver. Drops Stabler all the way back to the 23-yard line.
Let's look at it. Here it is again.
He just runs right through Art Shell. He gets help from Gene Upshaw through him. Defensive player of the year last year in the NFL. He's quite a man, too.
And Stabler held that ball rather dangerously, if you noticed. As Frank said, it's very hard to play catch-up football against this magnificent Denver defense. They had 2 opportunities, capitalized on both with touchdowns. They got an 8-point lead.
3rd down, 22. Stabler has to settle for less, and he goes to Cliff Branch, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage out of the 35-yard line, but it'll be 4th down.
Denver, a very hard team to throw against under any circumstances, with their league-leading 27 interceptions. Back deep, Stabler rarely throws the bomb anymore.
Just to amplify a little what you said earlier, Ray Guy is kicking now here in the 4th quarter for just the 2nd time of the night. That means Oakland has really moved the football. Rick Upchurch is back at the 20-yard line. Block. Hustling in there was Godwin Turk, and Denver will have the ball at the 30-yard line. Godwin Turk roared in there, was all over Ray Guy. He had no chance to get that off. Godwin Turk came in totally uninhibited.
Watch 55, right through that. Godwin Turk, who a number of years back was a high draft choice of the New York Jets. Here you see it from another angle. Right down there on the field. And there's Turk in there with the block.
Denver with a 14-6 lead. Field position at the 30-yard line. Handoff, John Keyword. Keyword squeezes out a yard and a half.
There's Godwin Turk. He had the look and cut of a good football player. Hold on, Denver lost the ball.
Up with the ball.
Denver lost the ball on that last play.
Phil Villapiano picked up the fumble by Keyword. Watch number 41. He'll come into your shot. Matuzak made the hit. Villapiano just pulled it out and took it away from John Keyword. So Oakland turns it around. They'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 29. The Raiders have it back. The 29-yard line. They trail 14-6. 13:30 remaining in this game. Stabler leaves it behind. He hustles back, however. So that will be a loss of about 1.5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Game has become sloppy. Penalties, turnovers. And I must tell you, that alleged turnover by Denver certainly seemed questionable to me. With the ball pulled out of his arms, one would have thought the ball would have been called dead and the whistle blown. But no, it was turned over to Oakland. Now Oakland's in an immediate hole with Stabler losing momentary control of the football.
And 2nd and 12. Tough against the Denver defense. They'll read pass all the way. Van Egan, single setback. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. But Stabler cannot find a receiver, and he's swarmed under. Reuben Carter is there, number 68. Carter gets help from Lyle Alzado, number 77. The loss all the way back to the 15-yard line.
Watch this rush.
They just totally disregard run in a situation like this, as well they should. Reuben Carter just bulls his way through center Dave Dalby. Alzado doing a number on his man, Art Shell.
Nothing wrong either with number 68, our friend from Miami, Reuben Carter.
3rd down, 24.
He's built perfectly for a nose guard. Low to the ground.
Casper is open. Has the ball out of the 23-yard line. Far short, of course, of a 1st down. That'll bring up 4th. And Oakland will have to turn it over.
Right now, the Denver defense is dominating the way the Oakland defense did early in the game. They've got Oakland pinned against the wall. They're sacking Stabler reasonably regularly. And Oakland, with all the opportunities it's had tonight, finds time beginning to run out on them. Still a lot of time, 11:50, but they got to give up the football.
Great guy to punt deep is Rick Upchurch, respecting the league's leading punter. He's standing way back at his own 30-yard line, but he can cover the real estate quickly. Guy kicks it as high as we said at the top of the stadium. Yep. Fair catch called for and made at the 40-yard line. The ball was up there for nearly 6 seconds. So we'll be returning right after this message. Remaining in the final quarter. A win tonight, Denver will be in great position to win their 2nd division title. This is Larry Canada, one of the many backs that is utilized by Red Miller. Canada goes out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Hit there by Monty Johnson.
If Oakland should lose and subsequently fail to make the playoffs, it'll be the first time that this Oakland team has not been in the playoffs since 1971.
Fonnie Minor shaking up Denver, the offensive left tackle. He will be assisted off. Remaining for Oakland, and it's not an easy schedule. They travel next week to play Miami in Miami, and they return here and play Pittsburgh. Denver, of course, returns to Denver for their final 2 games. They go against Kansas City next week. If they win tonight and can defeat Kansas City, they have won outright. Their final game of the season will be the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. So for Oakland, it's Miami and then Minnesota. 2nd down, 7. Curtis Armstrong. Armstrong, in his first carry of the night, gets out over the 45-yard line, out around the 47-yard line, short of the 1st down.
You saw the blocking wall form there for Armstrong, mentioning the fact that Oakland must play Minnesota. You've got to remember that Minnesota has the capacity to beat any team. We had them on a Thursday night when Tarkenton racked up the Dallas Cowboys. So Oakland has a very tough schedule ahead of it.
And Denver, of course, with the head-to-head edge, should there be a tie with both Oakland. They have beaten Oakland once already. They beat Seattle twice. They have the better intra-division record. 3rd and short, and Morton goes down at the 45-yard line to bring up 4th down. Big John Matuzik.
Well, you've got to give him credit. He is playing, apart from those terrible penalties against him, as you look at him isolated there, fighting off the block. And now getting over to Morton from the rear. A big play for Oakland with 10:15 left. Denver must relinquish the ball.
Bucky Dilts will punt. Neil Colsey is awaiting the ball at the 20. Dilts. This time he turns it over and he takes Colsey back to the 16. And Colsey is down at the 17-yard line. So we're inside 10 minutes remaining in a very critical game for both Denver and Oakland. We'll be returning to Oakland right after this message. He would like to go up on top. They have been covering well. And now they have begun to turn on the pass rush, knowing that Stabler has to throw the ball on 1st and 10. Stabler looking for Bradshaw, who makes a diving attempt after being well covered by Louis Wright all the way downfield.
First bomb Kenny has thrown tonight, which shows that the arm is still capable of throwing it that deep. Frank made the critical point that the rush is on virtually every play now because they know Kenny has to go into the air. Now watch this and watch how close this was.
He had it up there, but Louis Wright was right with Bradshaw for the critical yardage. Stabler just threw it as far as he could, hoping that Bradshaw could run under it. 2nd down and 10. And across the middle is Whittington, and Whittington moved out to the 24-yard line. They'll have a gain of about 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. Randy Gradishar sliding over there to pound Whittington.
Here in the second half, it seems as if almost every series of downs Oakland has the ball. Stabler faces a critical 3rd down situation.
Don Madden did such a superb job. He took over the head coaching reins in '69. Got to do a Super Bowl title following the '76 season. 3rd down 5. Stabler looking for Branch. Branch was covered, and down he goes. The sack, number 72, Don Latimer. And Stabler is having a difficult time getting up, holding his left shoulder.
You hate to see this. We'll look at it again. When you realize the greatness through the years of Stabler as a quarterback, you just hate to see this happen to him because somehow it symbolizes all of the difficulties this great quarterback has had this year. In his time, there have been few, if any, better than Kenny Stabler. We'll be right back.
Large human being in every respect. Walks out to the field. He doesn't play it cool like a lot of coaches, you know. He cares about Kenny Stabler. He walked out to see how he was doing. Meanwhile, Dave Humm has warmed up on the sidelines. Dave Humm, and of course behind this gentleman is Jim Plunkett. But Dave Humm this year has had 5 attempts. He's had 2 completions, a 5th-round draft pick back in '75. 3 years, he's had 48 attempts. Well, it's not a heck of a lot of experience if Kenny Stabler can't return. Okay, Ray Guy will kick. Deep is Rick Upchurch. There's Rick standing at his own 40-yard line. Guy will begin from the end zone. Kicks it from the 2. Rick Upchurch at the 45. And this time good coverage by Oakland. Upchurch was just inside the 50-yard line when the whistle blew. And we'll remind you again, college football coming your way on Saturday, regional coverage. So check the listing in your area for the game you will be watching. First, the Division II championship will be Delaware versus Eastern Illinois. Massachusetts against Nevada Reno, Division I AA semifinal. Jackson State goes against Florida A&M, Division I AA semifinal. So again, check your local listing for the game you're going to be seeing in your area. 8:33 remaining in the game. Denver has the ball, 49-yard line of the Oakland Raiders. Otis Armstrong. And Armstrong gets down to close to the 45-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
We talked earlier, as you look at Kenny Stabler, they're checking his eyes, looking into his eyes to make sure he's got his senses about him. Now he goes to the oxygen, I presume. In the meantime, we talked earlier about the way Red Miller uses all of his backs, 5 of them. I still feel that Otis Armstrong, who's been a great 1,000-yard man, if used regularly, could get up in that area again.
2nd and 7. The ball just inside the 46. Keyworth gets the call as, or rather Lonnie Perrin gets the call over the right side, gets a yard and a half. It'll be 3rd and 5 as Craig Morton now is as much concerned about the clock as anything else and is ticking away some very critical seconds for the Oakland Raiders.
7:35 counting down. Incidentally, talking of injuries, as we were in Kenny Stabler's case, Earl Campbell, we are now told, is uncertain for next week in the sense that they want to re-X-ray him.
3rd and 5. Morton, very careful with the pass. He does not want the ball to be picked off. That'll bring up 4th down in the general direction of Haven Moses, but that one you can just chalk up as one thrown away by Craig to make sure there was no turnover.
Moses also trying to come back on the ball, slipped.
Here's Bucky Dilts. Neil Colsey positions himself down at the 13-yard line. Dilts is not a long kicker, but he's very accurate at kicking the ball out of bounds. It might be just a little too deep for him to go for that at the moment. Colsey at the 15. Gets back to the 20. That's it, as Larry Canada hustling down there, as he always does on the special teams for Denver, makes the stop. David Humm comes in. We'll give you his stats again. A 5th-round pick in 75 out of Nebraska, an All-American, over 5,000 yards. There hasn't played much because Stabler has been going all the way. A couple of token appearances. He has had 5 attempts this year, 2 completions, 48 attempts over 3 years.
As you look at Stabler, the report on him is he's dizzy. Humm is a good kid, but what a spot to have to go into. Al Davis very high on Humm.
This is Whittington, and Whittington finds an opening, and he gets out close to a 1st down near the 30-yard line. Upended by Louis right there. He's short by about a foot. Well, we'll probably get a measurement.
What a brutal defense to have to go against when you're in this situation, trailing by 8. 6:53 left to play.
He might have the 1st down. They mark it just inside the 30. It'll be very close. He has it. Whittington gets the 1st down for Oakland. Dave Humm, he's 6'2", 185-pounder. A great career at Nebraska. 42 touchdowns there. Slide of build. And he's coming into a tough spot.
Goodbye.
And Mark Van Eegen dropped the football. This is Gradishar. I don't believe he was touched by any of the Raiders, in which case it's going to be 6. He went to his knees, but he had not been touched. He was able to get up. He bounds into the end zone, and Denver is looking mighty good.
You saw the anguish on John Madden's face, and why not? Denver, with that touchdown and 6:37 left, has probably, if not certainly, clinched the football game. It's been one of the worst evenings in the history of the Oakland Raiders.
You saw Gradishar. He went down to his knees, but again, no Oakland Raider touched him, so he was able to get up into the end zone. 30-yard touchdown for Randy Gradishar, and I guess that counts. He's done just about everything this year for the Denver Broncos. What a superb football player. Jim Turner for the conversion. With 6:37 remaining on the clock. And Denver extends their lead, 21-6. And if we take a look at Mark Van Eegen, I don't believe he ever had control of it. Started to tuck it away, and perhaps from a sweaty forearm, the ball slid out. Gradishar was right there, as he always is. Dave Humm made an attempt, but Randy Gradishar roars for 30-6.
For a touchdown, and so it's 21-6 Denver. Here's the kickoff.
Lonnie Perrin. And this is Art Whittington. And Whittington, who never gives up, scrambles out to the 36-yard line. And the Oakland offensive unit comes back out onto the field.
Assuming Oakland loses this game, it'll take almost a miracle for them to make the playoffs. A, in view of their schedule, and B, in view of the other wild card teams in the league, or potential wild card teams. Remember, they play Miami and Minnesota in consecutive weeks.
And of course, Seattle would have to hope that Denver would lose their remaining 2 while they won their remaining 2 against Kansas City and San Diego. Throws it up. This will be Foley. His 6th interception of the year. And Foley to midfield, and a flag goes down.
Watching this on near comedy of errors on the part of Oakland tonight, and looking back to the excellence of Oakland over the recent years, it's hard to believe that this has happened to this team, but as Frank told you, 16 men from the team of a year ago are not here now.
It's been a team that's tried to win while they have changed. They have changed almost 3 of their 4 secondary men. They have had an unusual amount of injuries. And while some of the large names stay, you learn more and more about this game. Paul Revere got all the credit. He really had to have his horse. And the men in the trenches make the difference. Otis Armstrong turns the corner and gets the first down. Inside the 40, another flag goes down. Jack Tatum is over there to take Otis Armstrong out of bounds. We're going to have a personal foul called against Oakland.
So that adds to it. And if ever you saw a guy doing his job, pulling out front and blocking, it was number 60, Paul Howard, on that play, giving Armstrong the running room he needed. Pride and poise. As you look at the official there, his mic's not working on the call. Pride and poise has been the maxim governing the Raiders through all of the recent years. But tonight, this team had no poise, and it's losing its pride in the face of Denver's play.
1st and 10 inside the 25. The handoff goes to Larry Canada, and the rookie from Wisconsin, who tried out last year with the Denver Broncos, left camp because of personal reasons, got another shot, gets 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And you know, this man has got to be upset. He believes in one thing, and that is winning. And he has been a winner for so many years, and it pains him when he doesn't.
I spent much of the day with him. He's in absolute agony. He knows that last week's loss to Seattle was the turning point for Oakland's playoff hopes.
2nd and 6. Armstrong rolls ahead for a couple of yards, short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down, a long 2, and Denver continues to work on the clock.
You mentioned Larry Canada a minute ago. As you look at Red Miller, who certainly deserves much of the credit for Denver hanging in there all this year, especially after its unexpected and jolting loss to the Jets, 31-28, when they had the Jets 28-7 at one point. But that Larry Canada has been a fine player all night on special teams, too.
3rd down, 3 yards. Canada just making sure that he holds on to the football. That'll bring up a 4th down. Otis Sistrom finally wrestled Canada to the ground. And we should see Jim Turner. There he is, old High Tops himself. Went to Denver in '71 in a trade to even up for Bobby Houfield because the Jets thought he couldn't kick the ball far enough. And that rarefied air, I will admit, has helped Turner's career. He is now in his 15th year. He's kicked 289 of these things over that period of time. Bland, of course, has the record of 335 field goals. Off to the right, no good. 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the game. Oakland comes out on the field. I'll tell you about some exciting bowl action coming your way on ABC. The Liberty Bowl first. That's Saturday, December the 23rd. Missouri goes against LSU. Joe Paterno's Penn State team against the Big Bear Bryant's Alabama team, and they're going to be going for the national championship. Bowl games coming your way right here on ABC. First down from the 21-yard line. Dave Humm finds Cliff Branch. And Branch has the first down out of the 32-yard line. Denver's secondary now collapsing, dropping off a little deeper. They'll give him a little bit up front, but they have played great tonight. They led the NFL after 13 games with 25 interceptions. They picked off 3 more tonight. They have 28 on the year. Looking, fires for Branch, and it's complete. Short of the first down at the 45-yard line. Swinson was there.
Swinson was looking to pick it off. As you look at a forlorn Stabler, apparently not well. The dizziness reported to us that was troubling the doctor, who was looking into his eyes earlier to check his equilibrium.
Second down, about 1.5 yards. The ball resting right at the 45-yard line. Whoops, and Latimer, a rookie #1 draft pick, he plays a lot of nose guard for Denver. Tried to get the jump on it. He's offside. Here's Norris Weiss, the backup quarterback for the Denver Broncos. Started a couple of games this year.
Sensible to put him in, protect Morton. With Pittsburgh yet to be played after Kansas City on the remaining Denver schedule. Denver certainly has turned around its fortunes against Oakland.
2:55. 21-6. Denver over Oakland. Branch does not hold on at the 35-yard line.
That's been another of their problems this year. Branch dropped 2 last Sunday against Seattle.
48 touchdowns in 5 years for this young man. Howard told you earlier, this year 1 touchdown. Part of a team that's had many problems. Injuries took away John Vella, their right tackle. Clarence Davis, Terry Robisky figured to be their setback, along with Van Egan. Both of them gone for the year, knee injuries. On 2nd and 10. Van Egan drops it.
How do you like this at home, folks? Those of you who are still with us, watching Oakland play this kind of football. The silver and black. The very colors, a symbol in their own way. Powerful colors of the efficiency and power of Oakland through the years, reduced to this kind of redundancy of error.
3rd down 10. A long night for this Raider team. They dominated, at least in terms of possession in the first half, but they couldn't put the points on the board. He has a lot of time. And again, like Stabler, no receiver. Biletnikoff with 4 Denver Broncos surrounding him. Former Nebraska All-American. Hustled into action. Once again, Denver returns home for their final 2 games of the season. Next week is Kansas City, and then they close against Pittsburgh. They have defeated Seattle twice this season. So in the determination of playoff winners, they have the edge there on head-to-head competition within their division. They're heading for another defeat of Oakland, their 2nd of the year, tonight. Fires to Raymond Chester, and Chester short of the first down, down around the 42-yard line.
So Denver gets possession of the football. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Shortly we'll have the 2-minute warning, and then Denver will try to use up the clock.
And Norris Weiss comes out for the Broncos.
He can use it up in a hurry the way he runs around.
3-year veteran out of Mississippi. He's a quarterback that Red puts in there when Denver's in trouble, out of a ball game. He can put a spark to the team. He's passed for just under 61% this year for a couple of touchdowns. He has a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Dave Preston over on the right side, hugging the ball as he moves out to the 45-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
If it's pride and poise, again, as we look at Kenny Stable on the sidelines, if it's pride and poise you want in a team, think of Denver's poise tonight. Oakland running all over them, passing all over them. Almost did well for the first quarter. And
that'll be our season finale, December the 18th. Miami and New England. Tomorrow night, Chicago and San Diego. 2 young teams coming up. Canada gets the call. Goes out to the 48. It'll be 3rd down 3. The sports, along with a special performance by the USSR gymnastics team this Saturday. 3rd down 3. Denver ticking away the seconds. Oakland trying to stop the clock every way they can. Here's what Weiss does well. He got his 1st down to hook slide. He has the 1st down at the 46-yard line of Oakland. He looked over, saw the yard marker, and slid in for the 1st down. And summing up tonight for Oakland. As another possible winner of the Western Division of the AFC. They did it last year with a 12-2 record. It's been a little tougher this year. And getting the call is Canada. And Canada has another 1st down at the 35-yard line.
you can summarize this game in a nutshell, really. A whole series of Oakland miscues, some of them almost unbelievable in nature. 6 of 11 Oakland drives ended in mistakes, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble, 1 missed field goal, 1 blocked punt.
And Oakland has used their final timeout. Denver can run the clock down.
Just prolonging the agony.
10. Oakland with no more timeouts. 1:48 remaining on the clock. Vince Kenny in motion. Denver puts a lot of new players in. Well, Dave Preston, the rookie from Bowling.
The fans so disconsolate, which you can understand.
Well, it's not all over either for Denver. Kansas City, very strong performance a week ago against San Diego. Beat them 23-0. They've got something out there. They'll come into Denver next week, and then of course the Pittsburgh Steelers come in to close the season. So Denver must win one of those. Third down 7.
The Orange Crush.
Seconds ticking away, and a sellout crowd of over 54,000 has dwindled down to, well, really a shocked few that has stayed on to watch Oakland deep in trouble now as far as any kind of playoff hopes are concerned. Preston around the right side. I'd like to thank our statistician and research man Jerry Klein, our spotter Steve DeZica, our booth assistant Bob Rosberg. Also tell you the executive producer of ABC Sports is Bruce Arledge. ABC's NFL Monday Night Football produced, of course, by Dennis Lewin, directed by Chet Forty, our technical director Bill Morris, associate director Rob Biner. Miller keeps intact his mark of never having lost 2 consecutive games. Flag goes down, so this will not be the last play. Up goes to Van Egan. And Van Egan, 21.